continue to put in our requirements as we are looking forward to initiating a new node project. So we create a folder and I will call it API again. Then, oops, it already exists. I can call it another name. Let me rename, I will say my API. Then I will open my my folder and then I will click here and I will say CMD, so that it should open in the terminal. And then I will do code space a dot and I hit enter. So it should open in VS Code directly. And I think it is opening. Let's give it a second. Perfect, it has opened. So it is asking me, do you trust the authors of the files in that folder? I will say yes. Then I will close this startup file. So this is a new folder that I've created. There is nothing in, and we shall install or initiate a new node project. So I will click here on terminal to open a new terminal down. And after opening my terminal, I will do npm init to initiate a new node project. Okay, let's give it some time to run. So we keep clicking enter. Yeah, it has initiated a new project and it has given me the package .json file. Then after, I will do npm I to see if I can install any dependencies that is needed. I stands for install. npm, you can get your time and you Google on what it means. So it has brought for me a new file that is package log.json. I will open those files and we see what is there. Then from there, I will install our main library that we shall use while coding this system. That is npm install express. I will hit enter. And we can give it a second for it to install on our machine. It won't take too long. Okay, it has actually finished installing Express, and I will install one more last dependence that I will call Nodemon. Our Nodemon helps us to run the project automatically, that if we run it at once, so if we save, it auto runs. So we do npm install Nodemon, and I hit enter. And I will stop the recording and I leave it to install. When it finishes, we get back. Okay, we have installed those three things that we need for our Node.js project. So I will create a file. I will just click here and it brings me new file. And I will create a file, I will call it app.js. And I will hit enter. it will have created. Let me close my terminal. Let me move it somehow down. So I've created it, app.js. It has created. So if we open this, we shall see these dependencies. Let me zoom in. I realize my things are small. You might not be seeing. So we've installed NodeMon, and you can see it here. We've installed Express. You can see it here. I think those are the two things that we installed. Yeah. So I will, in our scripts, let me show you something here that I wanted to show you, and power just went off. So in our scripts, we shall change these things. Since we have called our main app, we called it app.js, meaning on the main, we shall also call it app.js. And on scripts, we shall have set these two things, that when you're starting the app, you can do app.js, you can do node, that is npm start, when you put node. Then if you put dev, it shall be npm run dev, meaning you have started a development environment that shall auto run. So not to waste time, I will get those two, and I come here in scripts. I will delete this test script since we need not test anything here. Then here I will change our main app to be app.js. The reason why I call it app.js is I don't want you to cram and say maybe it is supposed to be maybe index.js. You can call it anything, be it your name, anything that you feel like, you can call it your app. But for purposes of today, we've decided to call it app.js. So perfect. So we've successfully installed all our dependencies that we need to start up our project. So I will hover you in this small code before I run into it, but we shall code it from scratch. This is the project that we shall be following. I have added a lot of codes, but it's fine. We shall write one by one, whereby we start by calling the file or the library express that we actually have accepted to use. Then after, we shall give it maybe like a name. Oops, okay, someone was making some sound here, and it's fine. I've removed him. So we can take a break for a few seconds. Let me show you something here. Oops. Okay, it's fine. So after us coding this express, we shall add this third line of code for now, giving it a name. We shall call it app. Then we shall give a port from which our server is going to run on. Then after giving it a port, we shall come here and we tell it to run on that port. So those are the basic things that we shall start with for now. Then our major target today is at least we create, oops, okay, it's fine. Let me do some, yeah. Try this. Okay, let me first pause. Okay, I'm trying to set my second screen so that I can give you a nice view. Oops, it's disturbing me. Okay, yeah, it has worked now. Okay, it's fine. So we shall start now writing our code to create a node server, and our server shall be running on a localhost. We shall not need to put it online. We shall be running it on our machines. So we shall start by saying const. Const means a constant. So we shall say const express. We are calling the express that we had installed because we require we put in quotes, then I will call express. It's already there. So this is the first line of code that I will write here. If I say const express, meaning it's as if you've initiated a new value, maybe how you say, maybe int true, maybe int Gaston, meaning you've given something that you are calling a name called int. So for us, you are calling express and you've named it express. You can name it any other name that you feel like. So after calling it, I will say const app, since I've said mine will be app.js. Const app equals express, the one that we've called up, and I put these two brackets and I can terminate. For those who are doing Python, you may not be used to terminating, but this semicolon is a form of terminating. If I say terminating, I mean trying to maybe say that this line of code is ending from here. Some languages are case sensitive, or they are sensitive in such a way that if you are supposed to terminate, then you have to. If you not terminate, it gives you an error. We shall be seeing such as we continue. Should I assume that we are all seeing the screen where I'm typing? I might leave you behind. Maybe someone can let me know. Edgar, we understand? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. So after that, I will go down direct and I maybe give a port on which my app shall be running from. I will also call it a constant, since we shall not be changing its value. I will say const port maybe equaling to 5,000, meaning my server shall be running on a port 5,000. Then after giving it that port, I will now say that app.listen, meaning I'm instructing my server to listen to this port. I will open the bracket. I will say port. Then I put a comma. I open a new function. For this case, I will use arrow function. You will get to know more about arrow functions as we continue. Then I will say console.log. Then I open these brackets, meaning if my app has seen the port that I've put here, I will see this that I'm going to log in the console, and I will say maybe you should say app, or let me call it a server, since it is a new server running on port 5,000. Then I will save what I will have written. Then I will go back to my terminal and I will start my server by doing npm space run space dev. So here we are running the nodemon that we had installed and set. So I will hit enter. and I leave it to run. I will see what it will tell me if the server has been connected or if not. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It has run and it's saying server running on port 5000. So these small lines of code that we've written here, we've created a node server. We've created a node server. So on this server it's where we shall be running our APIs that we shall make in the continuing sessions. So I will add something small here, then we shall have to continue from there next time as how we had agreed. So here I can set use template strings. That is, if you check on the button below escape on your laptop, you will see such quotes. Maybe I call them quotes, but they're called template strings. So I will say maybe server started on port. Then here we call this ampersand, and I open my brackets and I put the port that we had set. And I put my, oops, okay, like this. Meaning, I do not want to manually type here the port that the server is running on. I want to clarify and I check if the port that I set up here, 5000, is real the port that the server is running on. You get the point? So I will do Control save, then it will auto run. That's the beauty with using NodeMon. So it is saying that server started on port 5000, meaning it has accessed the port that we initiated or that we declared up here on line 5. So that is basically creating a node server, and I expect us to have moved the step and created it. If you have not created it, you will follow up in this video and you try to reach at this level. If you face challenges, we shall be using this WhatsApp group of Canlite Uganda Limited to post any challenge that we faced and we sort it out, because that group is known for, I've seen your hand, I will tap you. That group is known for maybe chatting, campus what. It's specifically for us to gain experiences in what we are doing. So the next time we come, before I see your observations or what you want to ask about, we shall now continue from after creating this one. That is, we shall create, we shall need now to install Postman. Then from there, we shall need to install XAMPP. As I told you that Postman shall be helping us in testing our APIs. Then XAMPP shall help us to keep our database tables, so that if we put data, we send it in the database using Postman. So if we come, we shall be writing requests. For example, the get request. We shall start with get request, then we add maybe the post request. Then from post, we add delete request. Then from delete request, we shall add maybe put, or I will say it is update request. So these are the 4 requests that we shall cover in this course. We shall take our time and we shall cover them one by one. So feel free. Even if you are new, you might have seen things so hard, you know, but yeah, feel at heart, we shall simplify everything. So I think it's time for me to listen from you and I get your views, your observations, your comments. Then we can call it a session today. So someone was raising his hand. Rodney, you can unmute and you make a comment. Thank you.
I'm asking you, what do you mean by port 5000? What is
Okay,
a port?
okay, I've got your question. Meaning of port 5000. Anyone else? Anyone else who has any other observation before I answer him? My sister Fiona, have we left you behind? Are you seeing stars? What's up? You can unmute and you let me know. Yes.
I'm actually there.
Oh, wonderful. That's very interesting. Yep. We shall continue and we move together. Then someone has just left. Okay, it's fine. I will explain to you what port 5000 means as we move on. So you will study networking, or you have studied networking. The servers that we use online always, they run on ports. A port, maybe I would say like it's a space that you've configured that your server should run on. Take an example. If you go on and you search maybe lilaini.ac.ug, you will see that thing of lilaini what. But behind it, there is a port on which it was configured to run onto. Take an example. If you are using your laptop, we already said it has a USB port, it has an HDMI port, maybe any other ports that are on VGA port. So that very port, as we say VGA port, it's where you press your VGA cable. Meaning for our case of servers, we give ports as in figures. For a local server, I can say you can run it from maybe 300 up to 800. I will explain to you some exceptional ports that we cannot use to run our servers and the reason why we should not use them. But for now, how I can explain to you a port, like any other ports that we have, maybe this is the port for the charger, this is a VGA port. It's where you insert your charger, it's where you insert your VGA. So for our case, a port is where we run, as in we fix our server to start or to run on. Take an example, ours is running on port 5000. So if I want to see what I've done, if we had maybe put some request, I would come here and I type maybe localhost, since we are on localhost and our port is 5000. I do 5000 and I hit enter. So it's showing me there is no request that it can show, cannot get. So meaning there is no request. That, for instance, if I put a get request, I will not code it. I will just paste it there, but it's fine. I don't think for now. Let's save the request, but I will show you when we get back how we can run maybe some request. Maybe if I'm simplify this one, let me delete all this. I will just type res.send. I will say maybe this is my API. Then I will put it above, since our port is here. It means I will have to put it inside here so that it can be read. App.get res.send. This is my API. Perfect. Let me save and I go back to my console. Then I refresh. So you've seen what has come here. What we wrote, this is my API, is the one that has come. Meaning the get request that we have put here in our API has been rendered